I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you a test question for data management students. The question here is, the data below indicates the volumes in liters of gasoline purchased at a gas station over half an hour period. Find mean, median and mode of the given information. Find group mean and median. Use frequency table with 5 intervals. So I was actually avoiding these questions, but there have been a lot of requests. So let me take this up now. The solution of these questions might involve a lot of calculations and time. I'm not really good at doing calculations, so don't rely on my calculations, just see the method, okay? Do your own calculations and get your own answers. Okay, so let's begin with the first part, that is to find mean, median and mode. Now, from the raw data, it is very important to arrange the data in a particular order. So let's begin to arrange. So if you have data like this, first point is 56.2. And then we have kind of maximum value somewhere is 89. So we have a high of 89.6. And the lowest value seems to be 17.2. So the range is difference of these two values, correct? Okay. Now let's begin. We know there are some numbers with 17 and 20, most are with 30s and 40s, some with 56. So 56.2 is expected to be somewhere here. So we'll just write 56.2 here, right? 56.2. So what first? 31.1 seems to be a smaller number, 31.1. 50, okay, is before this, 50.0. 43 maybe here, 43.8. 20 is, let's say here, 20.0. And then 48.9, so let's write 48.9. I should have left more space in between. 45, see, 45.2. So let me squeeze it in between. Not a good idea, right? 37.5, so write 37.5 here. 59.4, so 59.4. I want to do some calculations, so leaving that space. 74.3, so 74.3. 32.6, 32.6. 17.2, okay, 17.2. 49.3 maybe here. 50.6, okay, so somewhere in between. So I'll make this as 50.6 and then write 50.0 here. 40.7, 40.7. 39.3, okay, 39.3. 52.1, okay, so that should have gone there anyway. 52.1, we'll see later. 33.3, okay, 33.3. 70.2, 70.2. 34.9, so 34.9. So order is not perfect. 31.1, 31.1. 45.7. So let me just squeeze it in here. 45.7. 61.8, okay, 61.8. 47.3, okay, 47.3. 68.9, 68.9. 31.4, okay, so 31.4. 45.7, so 45.7. 34.6, let's say 34.6. 43.6, okay, 43.6. 62.7, 62.7. 56.8, 56.8. 89.6, 89.6. 29.8, okay, 29.8. 45.3, 45.3. Okay, wish. 67.9, 67.9. 56.0, let me write here. 34.7, Okay, so 34.7, 78.5, 78.5, 56.4, 56.4, 32.0. Okay, so squeeze it in here. Okay, so let me write here 32.0. Anyway, so somehow we have a rough arrangement. We could not do a good job here. Anyway, the idea is to figure out the median after arranging, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the total numbers are 40. So the number of data elements are 40 for us. So the median will be half the way, right? So, so when there are even numbers, if I do half, we get 20, right? So basically, the median will be at the location which is between, if I do half of this, it is 20, so it is 20 and 21 position, correct? 20. So we can just count and then figure out which is that position. Is it okay? So basically, if you have even numbers, there are two numbers in between, so we have to get the mid value, correct? So normally what we do is, we do n plus 1 divided by 2, so we get 20.5. So in between 20th and 21st item. Is it okay? So let's count. I know they are not in order, but we'll make a correction as we come closer to the 20th item. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have to really work in this group, right? To be very precise. So 48.9 should not be here, so we'll put it at the end. So let's count again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So these are 14. And then 15 is okay. 16, 17 is okay. Then after that, 17, we are 17, 18. Now this seems to be 19. And the 20th item seems to be 45.7, right? So let me highlight this one. 20th item, right? As per our calculations. And then 45.7. Oh, there are two 45.7. So we are lucky. We get both as 45.7, right? So that becomes the mean since both are same numbers. Perfect. So we got mean here. Lucky for us. How about the mode? Since we found 245.7, we know there are 245.7, and I also noticed 231.1. So we have two modes here. One is 31.1, and the other one is 45.7. Is it okay? So we did some final arrangement here that was good enough to get the result. And let's calculate the mean now. Calculating mean means we have to add them all and then divide by the number 40, since there are total 40 elements. So let's add them all, correct? Okay, so I'll not get to my ordered list, but I'll just add from here. So let me do this half first, which is 56 plus 59, I'm sorry, it is 56.2 plus 59.4 plus 52.1 plus 68.9 plus 29.8 plus 31.1 plus 74.3 plus 33.3 plus 31.4 plus 45.3 plus 50.0 plus 32.6 plus 70.2 plus 45.7 plus 67.9 plus 43.8 plus 17.2 plus 34.9 sorry, 9 plus 34.6 plus 56.0. Okay, so plus 20 plus 49.3 plus 31.1 plus 43.6 plus 34.7 plus 48.9 plus 50.6 plus 45.7. Okay, it's not writing that, so let's say how much we have. Okay, now we will add, we did 45.7 hopefully, plus 62.7 plus 78.5 plus 45.2 plus 40.7 plus 61.8 plus 56.8 plus 56.4 plus 37.5 plus 39.3 plus 47.3 plus 89.6 plus 32.0 equals to. So we added all these numbers, and then now we are dividing this by 40 to get the result in decimals as, oh, I didn't write that number. So whatever was the sum of numbers, we got the result of mean as 39.61, correct? So that becomes our mean of this data. Now I'm not sure whether this is right or wrong, but basically you need to add all of them and then divide by 40 to get the result. Is it okay? So that's my mean. So recalculate as an exercise for you. Correct? Now let's see the second half, which is very important to understand. How to find group mean and median from the given data, right? So have a good look at what we did. It's not a very good job, but it gives you an idea of how to do such questions, correct? Now it is important here to understand that the frequency table with 5 intervals. Now how do we tackle that? So to 5 intervals really means we are looking for range first. Now range in this case is maximum minus minimum, which is 89.6 take away 17.2. Let's figure out how much is this. So we have 89.6 take away 17.2. It is some number. In decimals it is 72.4. So that is the range. Now to get 5 intervals, I'll divide this number by 5. Right? So if I divide this by 5, I get in decimals 14.48. So the interval is 15 for us. Do you get an idea? So if I take an interval of 15, then I will have 5 intervals. Is it okay? So class interval will be 15. Now the second question is, from where to begin? Since 17.2 is the lowest value, it's a good idea to begin with 15 itself. So 15 to 30 could be our first class interval, right? So we'll take up from there now. So let's get to the new page where I've already copied all this data. So here it is for you to see. And then we will start working on the group data and calculate group mean and median, okay? So now we'll find group mean and median from the same given data. We know the range. Range is maximum minus minimum, correct? And in our case, the maximum value is 89.6. Let me highlight that. And the minimum is 17.2. So which is 89.6 minus 17.2. And we found this to be 72.4, right? So this range is equal to 72.4. Okay? So that is what we calculated. Now we need 5 intervals. 5 intervals. Since we need 5 intervals, we'll divide this range by 5. That is to say, we'll do 72.4 divided by 5. That gave us 14.48. Right? Now this could be approximated to 15. So that's a good number for class interval. So what we have got here is class interval, right? So we have class interval. Now since 17.2 is the lowest, so we should actually have 15 to 30, right? Like this. So class interval of 15. So let's make a table here now. Okay. Now in this table, we will put the class interval starting from 15 to 30, and then next will be 30 to 45. So interval is of 15, right? And then from 45 to 60, and then 60 to 75, and then 75 to 90, correct? That should take care of 89.6. So these are our class intervals, right? So I hope you have understood how we got this interval. So we looked into minimum and maximum values that give us range, divide the range by 5, approximated our value to a good number to begin with. Now from here, we can actually also find the mid value since we want to calculate the mean. So mid value is average of these two. So basically what you do is you add 30 and 15 and then divide it by 2 to get the mid value, which we are going to get in decimals. So we have 22.5 and the other values will be 15 more, right? So we can add 15 to these values and keep on writing. So we have 37.5, so plus 15 equals to, in decimals, 52.5. So plus 15 in decimals, 67.5 plus 15 in decimals, 82.5, correct? So these are the xi, the mid values, I should say, correct? Now we'll find the frequency from this data. So that's an additional exercise. 56.2 is in which group? So 56.2 is in this group, right? So we can mark. So right, we'll do. So this time we'll go like this. 59.4 is also here. 52, 50s are all here. 68, then we are in this place. 29 will be less than 30. 31 will be greater than 30. 74 comes in this group. 33.3. 31, 45, 50. So that is there. 32.6, 70.2. So 70.2 is here. 45.7. So you have to be very careful about this. 67.9. Now 43.8. 43.8. 17.2. 34.9. 34.6. 56.0. 20 will come here. 49.3. 31.1. 43 point something. 34.7. Now 48.9. 50 point something. 45.7. 62.7. 78.5. 45.2. 40.7. 61.8. 56.8. 56.4. 37.5. 39 point something, 47.3, 89.6, 32. So there we go. So once you have this frequency, we can just count them and write the numbers, right? So the numbers are 3, 10 and 14, 15, 6 and 2. So let's add them up. So that should be 40, otherwise going to be misery, right? 3 plus 14 plus 15 plus 6 plus 2 equals 2. Thank God. So we didn't really miss any number, right? So that's a good check. So we know total numbers are n equals to 40, correct? Now, to find mean, I have to multiply x with these frequencies, right? So fi. So let's calculate that. So we'll just multiply x values, the mid values, with their frequencies. Okay. So what we have here is 3 times 22.5. So 22.5 times 3 equals to, in decimals, 67.5. Then we have 37.5 times 14, in decimals, 525. And then we have 52.5 times 15, which in decimals 787.5. And then we have 67.5 times 6, 405. And then we have 82.5 times 2, 165. So let's add them up. So we'll add 165 plus 405 plus 787.5 plus 525 plus 67.5, and that gives us 1950, correct? And now we can find group mean as ratio of these two, right? So we'll divide this by 40 to get our answer. In decimals, it is 48.75, right? So that becomes our group mean, which is very different from the mean which we calculated earlier. Now, in earlier calculations, there could be a mistake. I'm not sure about it. But this seems to be better for me, right? So I didn't miss any numbers, and I think this is better. Okay. So we have found one thing, which is group mean, a big deal. Now, let me see if I can get median correct, right? Median. Now, median is the middle value. So what we will do here is, we know we have to find what is n by 2. So it is 40 by 2, which is 20, right? So in the cumulative frequency, well, I didn't create one. So let me add a column here. We'll call it cumulative frequency column. So basically we'll add these. So here it is 3, then we'll add here 17, and then 17 plus 15, 32, 32 plus 6, 38, 38 plus 2, 40. Correct. So we have a cumulative frequency. So we are looking at cumulative frequency. 20 is our number. So 20 is slightly more than 17. Do you see that? So 20 is slightly more than 17. So let me highlight the modal frequency. So that is this one, above 17. Do you see that? So that becomes key interest. So 20 is above 17. So we get our frequency. So we are interested in the interval 45 to 60, where the median lies. Now, for some students, they adopt a very simple method. They just take the mid value, and mid value is 52.5. So they will result this into 52.5, right? However, this is not normally accepted. Okay. Now, it is good to understand here that there are 15 elements in this class interval, which has an interval of 15, right? So if you assume that they are uniformly distributed, then we have 17 already before this. So the element which will be on 20th position seems to be what? 45 will be the 18th element, 46, 19th, and 47. So expected value. If you consider uniform distribution, median, M-E-D-I-A-N, median, right? For uniform distribution is what? So 45 is the 18th element, right? 46, 19th, 47 is 20th. So I'll write 47 here. So my answer should be 47, right? Now, here is a formula also. We have a formula for median. We'll use the formula now. Formula is the lower value, which is 45, plus n by 2 minus the frequency of whatever earlier, divided by the number of frequencies within this group times age, which is 15 for us. So let's use the formula now for median. So L is 45 plus n by 2 we know is 20 minus 17. Let's divide by 15 elements here times 15. Okay, so that is simple. 15 and 15 gets cancelled. I don't have to use calculator here. So we have 45 plus 3, which is 48. Makes sense. So if you calculate, it is 48, right? So the median is indeed 48. Correct? So that is my answer. So we say answer is 48. Always these are approximate values. We are actually doing a lot of approximation. So the best approximation which you can do is uniform distribution, correct? And then figure it out. And of course it is between 45 to 60. So a gross estimate could be 52.5, which is right in the center of this value, right? So these are different answers. You may have to check with your teacher as what method you should be adopting for your own test or whatever evaluation, correct? Feel free to write your suggestions and comments. Hope it helps. Thanks for watching. If you like and subscribe, that'll be great. Thank you and all the best.